G'day everybody, thanks for tuning in once again to oztruckintv. Really appreciate you viewing the videos. Now I couldn't get down to see Mark Robinson. You all know Mark. Last year his truck burnt to the ground. He's an owner operator. Okay, now Mark's been nominated to be the owner driver rep for the ATA. So I give him a call and I said, hey Mark, we asked him a few questions and we asked him what he thought about being nominated. So anyway, we got him on the line. And here it is, Mark Robinson. G'day Mark, how are you and the family?
Not too bad, Mick, how are you?
Not too bad, mate. Hey, listen, mate, nominations opened on January 10, 2011 for representatives on the ATA, the Australian Trucking Association for those who don't know, and you've been nominated as a contender for the position of owner-driver representative. How does that make you feel?
Pretty good, mate, actually. I was actually invited down to an ATA meeting, me and about 9 others, to see if we liked it or not back in November last year.
Right.
On the 26th of November last year. When we got down there, I was the only owner driver that really turned up. I was there with Stuart Sinclair, who's the executive of, or chief executive of the ATA Australia.
Yep.
John Luff, who was the chairman of the New South Wales branch. Tony McGrath, who's the chairman of the Northern New South Wales branch. We're just there talking in general about different stuff. And I thought, well, I'm better off going and have a look before I actually put myself in that position. Yeah. Because if you don't know what you're getting into, why sit on the sideline and have your say and not take no notice of what you want to do? Everyone has words, as you know, Mick, everyone has words of wisdom and wise choices and have their little say. Why not get in there where it can be done, can get something done? I've
got to say, yeah, plenty of people are quick to judge people that are in positions like that, and I guess without being there yourself, you can't really say it unless you've experienced it.
Well, I was one, and I got in touch with the ATA because being a member, I get their emails every month. I got in touch with them, and I said, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't we? And they go, well, hang on, we don't know, because we're not full-time drivers. We don't own a truck. So if you want to have your say, Jill Lewis actually told me, who's the secretary down there, she said, why don't you come down, if we invite you to a meeting, would you come down and put your points across?
And you did?
Yes, I would. I put your hand up to yes, I would. She said, well, no use having your say on the phone. Why not talk to everybody? And that makes your voice is better heard that way. And that's the only reason I did it, Mick.
Okay, so you're now a contender. You've been nominated. Now, obviously, it goes to a vote. Now, when does that close? That in a month or?
Yeah, all forms will be back on the 17th of February, and we will know by the end of February who's on and who's not.
Okay, now people that can vote are people who are registered or people who are members of the ATA, is that right?
That's right.
Okay, and that's owner drivers, owner operators, things like that?
Yeah, and drivers that are in the ATA. I mean, ATA has benefits to everybody. If you look into it, like it can help you with superannuation, they can help you with driving tasks like similar to the union, if you know what I mean. Like you can ring the TWU and ask for advice. Well, the ATA does the same sort of thing, but they're in different fields. Okay,
now, all right, I'm going to throw a question at you now. We were just talking about saying stuff out there on the road and always having a bit of talk, but not much going on. Now, a lot of blokes would say, righto, Mark, if you're elected as the owner-driver representative on the ATA, are you going to become an ATA puppet?
The funny you should say that, Mick, because I actually was the one, once before I mentioned to you a while back, about people being puppets for different organisations. They're yes people, they're no people.
That's why I asked the question.
At the meeting, when I went down to it, and I was sitting at the table, and as I said, there's David Simon from Simon's National Transport, Stuart Sinclair, who's the executive, another bloke which I have a lot of respect for. He is high up, but he doesn't drive a truck, and he'll tell you that himself. His name is Philip Croak. He's the head boss of Tolls. You know, they'll be going on and they'll ask questions. But when it comes to questions like our logbooks, our driving hours, how it affects us with registration being a single operator, because I've only got the one truck, But that might suit us. But how does it affect you, Mark? You weren't sitting on the side like an idiot. They actually you were acting involved, and everyone in that room, no matter what position you was an equal.
Okay. Yeah.
And they made you an equal, and actually I put some points across about our logbook rules and regulations, and they didn't realise with your 14 hours that you can only do 84 one week, but you can only do 68 the following week because they overlap. They didn't realise that because none of them actually drive a truck themselves.
So they actually obviously took notice of what you were saying and that.
Well, for the 6.5 hours in the meeting, I reckon I would have spoke for about an hour and a half.
Okay.
6 hours on my points of view.
I guess, Mark, too, like, I mean, people will have to see what happens there, and obviously yourself as well, because it's a new area for yourself, and no doubt it'll keep you pretty busy, but it's something that I know that you're passionate about, is owner-driver and people on the road getting a fair go, and why not go to the top and put your words across at the top. So no use sitting on the road having a whinge and a bitch, and nobody hearing it. Now, this nomination for the ATA, now how can people get involved? Should they just go or inquire about it? Should they go to the ATA website?
You can go to the ATA website. Jill Lewis is the Secretary in New South Wales branch.
Yep.
There are different branches for each state, but they have one federal branch which goes to Canberra. And when I went down there, I was talking to them for a bit. Afterwards, we went out and had dinner with a couple of them afterwards, and there's not one of them that bolted away. They all came to dinner.
Okay.
Me and my wife went to dinner with all of them. Because we just said, we're going to have dinner after. We might come along. Do you mind if we come along?
Okay.
And they were actually working, they were in my class of people, like working class, because they were out of their field.
Okay.
And me and Emma expected, and I'll be honest, Emma's my wife, as you know, Nick, me and Emma expected after the meeting, that all bolt, go jump on a plane, fly home.
Yep.
No, but actually most of them stayed in the same motel as us. And they said we all indeed. And it was actually a good atmosphere.
Well, Mark, obviously, what did you say, the 17th of February that the voting closes?
The 7th of February the nomination's going to be in there. I'll just grab the form here. It's there actually. It tells you a lot more about it. So this will be research with you actually. Yeah, the 7th of February they close.
7th of February?
Yeah, the nominations close. Anyone can just a single operator.
Yep.
One just a representative. There's another position going for the 1 to 5 trucks. So I can in that category. But as I said, they have no actual drivers on the committee.
Okay. Well, Mark, as far as that goes, we might, once the 7th of February comes around, we might come back to you and see how you're travelling there and how you went and whether you made the position. Just a quick one. Obviously, with the floods, mate. By the way, good luck with that with the ATA anyway. How'd you fare up with the floods, mate?
Well, I actually came on a bit of work done on the truck on Adelaide on Sunday up at Toowoomba, and I was getting work done on my truck. I said, you know what, I'll be trucking companies in Toowoomba, because I bought the truck from there. We're going to get the work done, we're going to go to the Gold Coast.
Okay.
But Monday morning from my truck in, Sunday afternoon, that inland tsunami hit Toowoomba.
Yeah.
And it actually happened 500 metres down from our hotel. Our motel where we were staying, because we stayed Monday and we were going to leave Tuesday morning and go to Gold Coast.
Right.
It hit that hard, and I just sort of, some of the stuff you're saying, and I've got to give a credit to one truck driver, I'll find out his name, because when this highway, we got this Highway Heroes Award for the truck drivers, you know, was done by Goodyear tyres and all that.
Yep.
This bloke at Kelly's Transport drove his truck into the water because his car started to move, and he made it like a shield, and water around each end, and I stood there and watched it. And he threw this woman over a load winder out of his truck. She put it around her waist, and I'd like to know his name, but I didn't want to inquire at the yarding while I was in Toowoomba for the 4 days I was stuck there. I thought, no, I'll leave it alone, I'll let it go. But he actually spoke to that woman, he talked to her, he kept her calm. She said on the bottom of her car, he kept saying, if if the car goes, I will winch you in with a strap. He knew exactly what to do, because me, myself, and I'll be honest, I've been around a bit and been a truck driver for 24 years. I'd have grabbed my truck into the front of her car and said, try on the bull barn, I'll get you out.
Yep.
But looking at the way he done it was better.
Very controlled by the looks of it.
Well, I watched the water the way it was running, and if you'd have caused a bow wave, that car was gone.
Yep.
You wouldn't have got to her. He did a terrific job. I'm going to find out his name because I want to nominate him for this Highway Heroes Award, because people like that need recognised on Australia, they Mick, and I'll be honest.
Yep, I agree.
Why have a footballer or a cricketer? Yeah, right, that's their profession. This bloke, seen one car go with a little... One bloke went out and got one child
Yep.
out of the water, and the mother and the other son was still in the car.
Yep.
And that car went, and as soon as it went, this other car started to move. To save losing another person, I'll make do it on his own back to drive straight in and make this bow wave, and just shielded it with the truck.
That's excellent.
Mate, and I got photos of it because we were staying 500 metres up the road, and we went down, we watched it all unfold, and he sat there through the rain with the door open, talking to her, keeping her calm, threw her over a drink of water to calm her down.
Yep.
And this woman sat on the bottom of her car with some beautiful pictures of it. I'm actually getting one to put up in my house, because to me, he is an unsung hero, I'll be honest.
Yep, no, I agree, Mark.
And I was coming home yesterday, Mick, sorry I'm raving on about it, but I was coming home yesterday, I was coming out through Warwick, down to Glen Innes and across, because down the Windy's flooded. And I was coming down through Glen Innes, and blokes were talking about the boys on the coast road, stuck over there to Halfway Creek.
Yep.
So I rang up ABC radio station, and I said to them, okay, we know that the floods are in Brisbane, we know the floods are at Toowoomba, we know they're down to Windy. I said, there's 200 truck drivers stranded at Toowoomba, on top of the range. There's a young fellow up there actually took a car off the back of his car carriage to go on the auctions. I won't mention no name, but he was a nice kid. He actually came down to the motel where we were and had a shower. And he was over in the town and got food for those drivers because they couldn't turn around.
Well, mate, he took it upon himself. Good on him. What a great thought.
Yeah, no, and I actually got his phone number. I know that the young fella, because we've seen him down the shop and then we invited him back to our place for a shower.
Yep.
And he come down, he had a couple of drinks with us later on that night. But the ones on the coast road at Halfway Creek, them blokes are stranded there. I know I carry food in my truck. I know you used to make in yours. Because we haven't got enough to last us 8-9 days.
Yep.
Yeah, I carry 2-3 days and, you get to another roadhouse, you'll stock up again, don't you?
Yeah, you sort of always, I used to always call into Narrabri there near your place at the Woolies and always stock up.
That's right, you have certain points you stock up at, don't you?
Yep.
But these blokes are just sitting there, and they've been there since Friday.
Yeah.
So I rang up and more about these blokes. These blokes are stranded on the side of the road, so I don't know if it did any good or not, but I noticed last night on the Channel 7 that Kochi mentioned it.
Well, I think too, on the coast road there around Halfway Creek, I mean, really, a lot of those blokes that are running Sydney-Brisbane, mate, they don't normally carry any food.
Well, that's right. They only go, well, 90% of them are changeover drivers at Coffs Harbour or somewhere, aren't they?
Yeah, mate, yep. Or they're just running express from Sydney to Brisbane and that, and yeah, they're there in 9.5, 10 hours or whatever, All right, Mark, well, mate, thank you for your time, and it's always good to catch up with you. And good luck with that, and, mate, yeah, look, great stories coming out about some heroes in the floods, and that particular driver from Kelly's, mate, big thumbs up for him. I agree with you, he deserves to be nominated for a Highway Heroes Award.
Yeah, mate, I'm actually going to nominate yourself, actually.
All right, well, Mark, you and the family take care, and I'll catch up with you soon.
I know, mate.
See you, mate.
See you, mate. Bye.